Within 30 years, the energy industry aims for major shift to renewable and net zero carbon goals. It is essential for ENGIE's end user to be equipped with a modern workplace and to be prepared for growth with secured and efficient device management.
Our legacy Windows 10 setup was based on on-premise Active Directory and VPNs. We made the decision to standardize and centralize management of ENGIE devices around the globe, to implement Zero Trust principles and improve the user experience with a cloud-native solution on 75,000 devices. We chose Intune on Windows 11 to create a single modern workplace that is 100% cloud managed. We call our cloud-based workplace environment Skynet. Now, we update systems at our own pace, deploy new features quickly, and manage everything from a centralized solution.
We have fundamentally changed the way our workplace is managed, using Intune to deliver conditional access, device compliance, and automated updates.
We deploy Windows Hello for Business in one click with Intune. Security is enhanced for everyone, including mobile workers. It aligns perfectly with our Zero Trust architecture. Windows 11's built-in security features, such as hardware-based isolation, encryption, and malware protection, have made our security posture stronger. To reduce the time to prepare and deliver new devices, we replaced our legacy system with autopilot pre-provisioning. And the next step will be to move to a user-driven solution where the devices will ship directly from the manufacturer.
Today, Intune is our single point of management for PCs, Mac, and all our iOS and Android mobile devices. Authentication is a key part of the journey. Windows 11 and Intune have reduced password management issues with modernized authentication and biometrics. We have significantly reduced authentication-related support incidents by up to 20%.
With Intune, we have centralized the management of devices, allowing IT to handle everything from one platform.
Our standardized modern workplace has allowed us to extend the device lifespan by up to 6 years. This aligns directly with our sustainability goals.
We believe apps like Autopatch, Enterprise App Management, and Cloud PKI will augment our Zero Trust approach. Organizational messages will replace a third-party system. To ensure a journey that continues to deliver innovation, we are evaluating where and how we will incorporate Copilot across ENGIE.
It is very exciting to deliver a modern workplace today and know that we are prepared to expand and adapt to any changes in the future.
Well, hello. I hope you enjoyed learning all about ENGIE. They've adopted Microsoft Intune to help them shift their digital state to the cloud, simplify their operations, fortify device security, and build resilience for their workers. I'm Eugenie Burrage. I am the Director of Product Marketing for Intune at Microsoft. ENGIE has effectively captured the journey that I'm going to take you on today. And it will give you a glimpse at what's at stake. Why cloud-native endpoint management is an imperative for business resilience. How to empower all your workers to give them flexibility while protecting all devices. And learning how that now is the time to address IT needs head-on while inviting and anticipating bringing AI in to help. And finally, implementing a future-proofed and security digital strategies that will transform your operations. Managing and securing your device ecosystem is foundational to Zero Trust, and we take that responsibility very seriously. Why? Because the trends are undeniable. Growing threats and vulnerabilities and the device diversity that is out there with management systems adds complexity, risks, and cost. If we look at where we are and where the industry is headed, our recent advancements make it clear. Hardware attestation, strengthened supply chain security, there we go. Zero Trust provisioning with autopilot drives efficiency, and integration of mission-critical solutions in the Intune suite helps you consolidate and save. And using Microsoft for Mac management unifies your device management in one place. And in case you missed it, we're introducing AI to boost IT effectiveness with Copilot. And we're doing that while trying to build trust with all of our customers. Industry-wide, cloud native is the way forward. It's been proven. Since the beginning of the pandemic, we have seen 8 times the growth in the devices and users protected by Intune. Just think about the CrowdStrike incident. Organizations that have already made that shift to the cloud, they recovered more quickly. But still, there are some that are hesitant to make that full transition to the cloud. Staying on legacy systems is a costly choice. It weakens security, brings complexity into your business, and limits productivity. Intune is designed to solve these issues in a way that is secure, agile, and modern endpoint management. At the core of this approach is our Secure Future initiative. It shapes how we build, test, and operate our own technology. It's our North Star, guiding every decision, grounded in the principles of being secure by design, secure by default, and secure in operations. These principles are central to our investments in reducing legacy, making Intune 80% more predictable and reliable, with flexibility controls that allows IT teams to move more quickly and ensuring smooth and managed migrations. Our goal is delivering solutions that enable proactive security, seamless compliance, and a scalable cloud-native experience. So why cloud-native? And why now? It's simple. The benefits stack up very quickly. Moving to the cloud, just as a step in future-proofing, it's a smart, strategic move that reduces operational costs, addresses security gaps, and enables rapid response to threats and vulnerabilities. With Cloud Native, you're staying agile, positioning your organization to thrive. It gives you the flexibility to scale as big or as lean as you need to in a secure, adaptable, and ready-for-anything way. 𝗦𝗲𝗀𝗀𝗃 is taking a modern approach to endpoint management. Traditional approaches are just reaching their limits. Complexity of the device ecosystem and the growth of more sophisticated threats and vulnerabilities. To stay ahead, it's no longer enough to operate within those limits. We need to broaden our thinking and our capabilities. Organizations need a platform designed for simplicity and scalability, built with security at its core. One that goes beyond a broad set of tools collected all in one place to provide a seamless experience that they can depend on. This approach minimizes complexity and delivering comprehensive capabilities and security, empowering teams to achieve their strategic goals instead of managing fragmented systems. As an example, Carlsberg Group is unlocking new value by shifting from on-prem to the cloud, driving both efficiency and resilience. Building on this vision, imagine a world where recurring workflows are initiated and completed automatically, while adhering to your security and compliance policies. Security threats are detected and mitigated before they emerge. And decision-making becomes more strategic rather than rushed and reactive. And your worker satisfaction is monitored, managed, and is thriving. Achieving this future requires a broader field of capabilities, empowering teams to address today's challenges and anticipate tomorrow's risks with confidence. And now, I'd like to introduce Jason Roszak, our VP of Product for Intune.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. How's it going? Wake up, guys. You got to do better than that. How's it going? Much better. Awesome. I am Jason Roszak. I look after our product teams for Intune. I have lots and lots of great demos to share with you guys. Are you excited? Yeah. All right, let's kick this party off. So Eugenie talked about cloud native. One of the first questions I get is, well, Jason, what is cloud native? It's very simple. Cloud native is fully intra-joining all of your devices, Windows, Mac, iOS, Android, and fully managing those devices end to end from Intune. That means migrating all of your workloads to the cloud, policy, patch, applications, all from the cloud first. And we see this approach, we often get questions of how do I do this for Windows? How many of you are using co-management today? How many of you are cloud native? Great, awesome progress in cloud native. For those of you that are co-managed, that are looking to figure out where to start your journey to cloud native, there's 3 simple steps we recommend. First, modernize all of your workloads from the cloud. Everything you've got on premise, your policy and GPO, move it to the cloud. Your apps and config man, move it to the cloud. Start by modernizing all of your workloads and delivering those workloads from the cloud. Second, hybrid domain join your existing Windows devices. Make sure those devices are getting all of their payloads from the cloud. With this approach, your hybrid joined and your full intra-joined devices are going to get all of their policy from Intune. And then third, as you bring new devices in the organization, whether it's to take advantage of Windows 11 or whether it's a hardware refresh or a new user's PC, have those devices be born in the cloud, fully intra-joined with all of their workloads. This is the quickest path to get you from co-management to fully cloud-native management. And for more information on this, there's a breakout tomorrow with Rob, York, and Lior. I highly recommend you guys attend to talk about cloud-native Windows. Now, one of the big things that we're seeing is momentum across the board. So when we look at our Intune telemetry now, half of our devices in Intune are fully cloud managed. In the last year, when we look at new hardware that's getting enrolled into Intune, these new devices aren't getting enrolled as cloud native, or excuse me, as co-managed. They're getting enrolled as fully cloud native devices. In fact, we've seen a 33% year-over-year growth with that. 96% of our co-managed devices are getting workloads from the cloud. And finally, 3/4, and this is one of the biggest reasons to move to the cloud, of our co-managed devices are getting their security policies directly from the cloud. So lots of momentum. If you guys have heard us say it before, I'll say it again. Now is the time to move to cloud native. When you shift to cloud native, one of the immediate advantages you're going to get is an exciting new capability we've just released called Autopilot Device Preparation. I won't have time to show you everything today, but Autopilot Device Preparation is going to make your deployment simpler. It's going to make your devices deploy faster. We're talking every Autopilot enrollment completing in minutes. It's going to give you deeper attestation where you can validate your Windows hardware. And finally, it's going to enable you to deploy Autopilot in your GovCloud environments. So I want to walk you guys through some of the new capabilities in Autopilot device provisioning. So this is our new experience inside the console. You will create an Autopilot policy. So here, this is typical flow that you guys are familiar with. You create a new group. We're going to assign the policy to that group. One of the things that you're going to see different here is you can select the applications and the scripts that you want to install during UBI. So you guys can pick your critical apps that you want to happen during the UBI process and then have the rest load once the desktop loads. Over on our device, those apps and scripts that you just picked, they're getting applied during the UBI process. So it's not all or nothing. You pick the most important apps. Now, this one I'm super excited about. In real time, you can go to the console and see the progress of Autopilot device provisioning. You can see every app install status. You can see every script status. If you have a user call help desk, you can immediately view what's going on this device to make sure that user gets help. Now, the second thing we've done with Autopilot is really tried to make the company portal experience tailor-fit to Autopilot provisioning. So you'll see here, we finish Autopilot, and Company Portal is going to immediately launch. As soon as Autopilot's done, Company Portal will now launch. Inside Company Portal, you're going to see a redesigned experience. The first thing we're going to do is show the user their device compliance status. So immediately before we start provisioning apps and policy, we're going to validate if that device is in compliance with your policies. If it's not, we're going to tell the user why and let the user fix that device to get it in compliance. The second thing is you're going to see the applications installing. So you'll notice here a new progress indicator. For all of your apps that you didn't pick to deploy as part of 𝗬𝗲𝗡, this progress indicator is going to show you the status of those applications installing on the device. So we're trying to really make it much more intuitive for your users to understand what's happening. Now, one of the other areas that we've been working on is how to make your new PC look like your old PC. Well, because all of your devices are managed in Intune, we know the optional applications that they've installed on Windows or iOS, so we can recommend those same applications to users. So now we can encourage your users, here's the apps you've had on other devices, we can make those immediately available as part of Company Portal. So if you guys haven't tried Autopilot device preparation, provisioning, please check that out. Lots of new goodness there. Now, the second thing we talk a lot about, and it's been really top of mind for customers since the CrowdStrike event, how do I balance safe rollout and change control in my environment? On one hand, I need to mitigate challenges and patch things as quickly as possible. On the other hand, I need to mitigate risk and make sure I don't introduce any changes that can negatively impact our users. We've been really focused in the product on making the patch experience for Windows updates and applications much more intuitive and easy to balance across these things. So there's a couple of things I'd like to walk you through. First, through our integration with the Autopilot team, Auto Patch team, we are bringing together Intune Patch and Auto Patch. So when you guys go do Windows Update Management in Intune, you're going to see a single experience now. We've unified our reporting. We've brought those capabilities together. So let me show you guys a demo of what this is going to look like. So in your Windows Update reporting from Intune, you can see all of your quality updates for in your environment. So left-hand side, these are all the quality updates available. You can see the devices that have the update, the number. You can see which percentage of your organization have it, all directly from this dashboard. Likewise, if you want to drill into a particular update, you can read more information about the KB, and you can get a full list of devices that have it. Now, with your feature updates, these take a bit longer to roll out. So here you can see the status of your feature updates across your entire environment, which are in progress, which devices are up to date, what's the readiness, is OS patching paused. You're going to get all of that really detailed, granular information directly from Intune now that we've brought Auto Patch and Intune fully together. Now, the second thing that I am super excited about, this may be my personal favorite feature on Windows. How many of you saw the hot patch announcement yesterday? Fantastic. So Intune is integrating with Windows to enable hot patching for your environment. The idea behind hot patching, on average, it takes you 88 days to install all of your patches. One of the big challenges is reboots. Well, now with hot patching, we can take all of your security updates and install those security updates without a reboot. So here you can see the update gets installed, applied to the device. My user didn't have to reboot. How cool is that? We really think this is going to go a long way, right? Can we get that's pretty awesome in my book. So guys, we really think this will go a long way in helping you stay current. Now, we talked a lot about Windows, but guys, when we think about the cloud-native journey, it's not just Windows. Last year, I stood on stage, and as an Atlanta boy, it was hard for me to stay, but I said, hey, give us the Pepsi challenge. If you guys have not tried Intune for your Macs today, we are 100% ready. We've seen a 40% growth year over year in customers managing more than 500 Macs with Intune. So this is not an incubation for us. We have customers with tens of thousands of devices. Now, outside of Mac, we're also seeing tremendous growth in frontline worker. 71% growth in frontline worker last year alone. So if you guys are just managing your information workers with us, now is the time to evaluate frontline worker as well. So I want to walk you guys through some of the latest advancements. Like I said, if you haven't looked at Mac, we're there. Complex app support, complex scripting support, Apple DEP support, update management. We have a full end-to-end feature set for all of your Mac devices now. One of the really cool things I wanted to share with you is an integration we've done with Intra that brings together platform SSO and the SSO extension policy. What this is going to enable you to do is you can take a brand new Mac, you can drop ship it to your users, and your users can get that Mac fully set up without ever entering their password. It gives you a secure way with multi-factor auth to get your Macs going. So let me show you a demo. So here we've got a new Mac. It's going through Apple DEP. You're going to see a new set of sign-in options. My first time opening this device, I get a QR code. I scan that QR code from my phone that's already managed by Intune, and just like that, I'm done. How simple is that? Pretty awesome, right? Your users get a QR code, they're done. I didn't have to enter my password, I didn't have to do anything, immediately got my Mac up and ready to go. Now, the second thing we've heard from many of you is you want the same experience on Mac that you have for Windows. So the second thing I wanted to share is we've brought all of your complex PKGs, your line of business apps, directly into Company Portal. So here you can see I've got Company Portal, I install Visual Studio, all of my Macs are up to date with their apps. And finally, the third thing we've done is bring your File Vault encryption key directly into Company Portal. So if your user needs to get into their Mac, it's locked out, File Vault kicks in, open your phone, grab the recovery key, you're ready to go. So my call to action for everybody, if you haven't tried Mac, give us a try. Sound good? All right. Second thing, let's talk about frontline worker. Frontline worker, oh, sorry, I have one more for you. You know what, we did so much for Mac, I forgot my demos. One of the things we've done is integrate with Apple DDM. For your update management on Mac, it's equally important as Windows. One of the capabilities that comes with software updates is you can pick a defined time that you want your Mac updates to install. So here I'm going to build a new policy for my Macs, and you'll see at the very bottom that target date and target time. I'm going to decide as an admin how long that user has to install the patch. So if for whatever reason that user's not ready, you'll see a new notification. It's 8 o'clock. That's our time that we set the patch to install. This device is going to go install that update directly for the user. So it gives you guys more control over how you manage your Macs and make sure they stay current. So again, if you guys haven't tried Mac, please do check that out. Okay, the next thing I want to talk about is frontline worker. How many of you have frontline worker scenarios? About 30%. Okay, good. We have been hard at work at frontline worker. A few things I wanted to share with you. We now support shared devices mode for your frontline workers. So if you guys are using Teams, the M365 app, you can have users sign in and out of those devices and apps. We're going to take care of all the data clearing, everything for you. So we fully support all of your shared device scenarios. The second big ask we heard was to enable device kitting and provisioning. So we now have a full staging experience for your devices. So you can take your Android devices, you can pre-kit them, you can fully configure them, hand them off to your frontline workers. They don't have to do anything. The device is already under management. So we're really simplifying their time to get up and working. The third thing we've done is reimagine managed home screen. So managed home screen is your digital workspace for your frontline workers. It's got all of your apps, it's got configuration of personalization settings, different settings on the device. It enables you to fully customize your device. Now, one of the biggest requests we've heard, not just for frontline worker, but IWs as well, is what do I do when something goes wrong? So you think about these frontline worker devices, if an app fails to install, that could take a business down. You may not be able to transact in retail. That could be pretty detrimental to the business. So one of the things I'm excited to share with you guys is a new capability to remove and restore apps in config. So if you look at the way this works today, you create a group and assign a thing in Intune. If you want to uninstall something, you have to create a new uninstall group and add the device to that group. Do you guys think we can make that simpler? I think we can too. Let me show you. Oh, I even got a please. All right, let me show you guys how this looks. So in this new experience, we started with Android and iOS, so you'll see it for mobile. We're expanding it cross-platform now. But you'll see a new experience. So I can see all of my applications installed on this particular device. So this is one of our devices in the Boston store. we've got a new menu called Remove Apps and Configuration. In this menu, I can see all of the apps on the device. So I pick the app that I want to remove, I simply select it, and it automatically gets removed from the device. We don't have to wait for a check-in. This all happens in near real time. So if you're troubleshooting a device, we pull that application off. You'll flip over to the device, and you'll see the application get removed. Where this is really helpful, if it's IW or frontline worker, someone calls and says, hey, I can't get this application to work, oftentimes our process is remove and restore it. That's the first thing that help desk does. This will give them that mechanism to remove it and restall it in real time. You don't wait 8 hours, you don't wait for a check-in. It gives you a very simple way to remove and reinstall applications. So we really think this is going to be a critical capability for those frontline worker scenarios where you can have absolutely zero downtime. So guys, same thing with Mac. If you haven't checked us out for frontline worker, now is the time to check us out. That's been a huge area of advancement in the last year. Next thing, your devices aren't always standard form factors. We've talked a lot about managing PCs, we've talked a lot about managing phones, but you've got new specialty devices coming in your environment. How many of you saw the Windows 365 link announcement yesterday? Awesome, really cool stuff. It's really our first cloud PC purpose-built by Microsoft to securely connect to Windows 365 in seconds. And the best thing about it, it's fully supported and manageable by Intune day one. So if you guys are bringing Windows 365 link into your environment, we will fully support you. The next one I wanted to share on these specialty device types, one of our biggest requests over the last year has been support for Apple Vision Pro. So I'm super excited to share with you today. We are announcing support for Apple Vision Pro. We're going to start with MAM policies, followed by MDM. So here's a quick demo video of what MAM for Apple Vision Pro is going to look like. You can see you've got all of your Office apps on the device. User logs in, sets up Authenticator, then they get access to their Teams. Let's say in Teams you want to get a project update. That project update comes on Teams. Users want to share that information. The same experience, you can see here, we've got our dates for our upcoming release at the bottom. Our user's going to try and copy this information, paste it to Notepad. You're going to see the same experience that you see on your iPhones, but on Apple Vision Pro, where your organization's going to block them from saving the data. So the same capabilities you know with MAM, application protection policies, conditional access, all of those things will be available for Apple Vision Pro. And then the last piece, and I need to talk to my team because I don't know why this is in the demo, but it's pretty cool when this spaceship takes off. If you guys haven't seen this on Vision Pro, wait for it. They did a pretty good job with that, I think. Okay, so Vision Pro support is coming. The second thing I wanted to share with you, another really big request I get for customers is support for multiple managed accounts in MAM. So this is a common contractor scenario. Maybe you've got a contractor that goes across multiple hospitals. Maybe you've got someone that's a consultant serving multiple customers. We're going to enable you to set multiple MAM policies and conditional access for these workers. The second thing that I'd like to share is coming soon is support for a managed secure browser. So if you guys saw last year, we introduced Edge MAM policies. We're going to extend that to your MDM devices. So you can make Edge your secure browser for your enterprise. So this is not here today, but this is coming soon next year. So I wanted to share that with you. Now, on Intune Suite, we introduced quite a few new things last year. Just a couple to highlight. For those of you that are managing your certificates on premise, you can now fully migrate from ADCS to the cloud with your certificates. We've built a cloud PKI service directly in Intune. We've expanded our remote help capabilities to Android, to all of your different platforms. We've got advanced analytics. We've got specialty device support for FODA. So lots of advancements in Suite. There's two in particular I wanted to share with you. And this was a great quote from ING, who was at our customer breakfast this morning, sharing their story about their success with Windows 365 and Intune Suite. So the first one I wanted to walk you guys through, how many of you have seen Enterprise App Management? just so I know where to start. Wow, a lot of you haven't. Okay, so the idea behind enterprise app management, if you look at managing Windows apps today, I go to Google, I search for Adobe, I download Adobe, I package Adobe, I upload Adobe to Intune, and I deploy it. Packaging apps is really hard, and frankly, probably not a great use of your time. So the first thing enterprise app management does, it gives you a fully curated catalog of applications. So no more downloading, no more packaging, none of that stuff. You log into Intune and the apps are already there. The second thing it does, we're really focusing on technologies to help you stay current. So we will have a new capability that I'll show you here where you'll get two options. When a new update becomes available for that app, you're going to get notified immediately in Intune. We'll tell you that app's available, and then you can supersede it. So we're really investing not just on making this your catalog, but also the place to help you keep apps current. So let me show you what this looks like. So on the right-hand side, you're going to see the enterprise app catalog. So you simply search for the app that you want. We've got about 600 apps today. We fully expect to be at about 3,000 here soonish. But you pick the application you want, and you deploy it to your users. Now let's say there's a new version available. We're going to get an alert inside the Intune console telling you a newer version of this app is now available for you to deploy. You simply pick that application, you use our new supersedence capability, and you provision that app out. So it gives you a really simple way. You guys, you didn't get an email from your security team saying there's a new app available. You didn't have to subscribe to a news feed. We take care of all of that for you. When there's a new version available, we tell you. We make it really easy for you to deploy that app. The next thing I wanted to show you is endpoint privilege management. How many of you are familiar with EPM? Okay, good, a lot more. EPM helps you move your Windows accounts to standard user. So I'll show you an example of how EPM can come together with Copilot to simplify the process. So with EPM, your users are standard accounts and they request permissions to launch an app. So here, one of our users decided they need a printer. What could possibly go wrong? They downloaded a printer app from the internet. Imagine that. They asked for permissions to install the app. You'll see in the Intune console, you're going to get a notification that that user wants permissions to install the app. Well, how do you as an IT pro know about this app? How do you know if the app's good or bad or something that you should approve? Well, with Copilot, you can ask Copilot about the app. So here you can see our end user has asked Copilot, hey Copilot, should I approve this application? Copilot gave you a list of information about the app to tell you that the app was clearly malware and you should not approve it. So guys, you're going to see us expand Copilot across the product and really integrate it tightly into everything we do. When you build policy in Intune, Copilot's going to help you. When you manage your apps in Intune, Copilot's going to help you. When you remediate vulnerabilities, Copilot's going to help you. We are going to bring Copilot to where you are in your existing workflows to help make you more successful as you do your management task with Intune. So there's a couple of new capabilities in our data platform that are going to help you with AI that I wanted to share. The first is Resource Explorer. So the idea behind Resource Explorers, we've gotten many requests from you to add more inventory to the product. This is going to give you a customizable way to report on anything you want. If there's a WMI class in Windows, you're going to be able to get it through this system. We introduced it for Windows. I'm excited to share with you today, we are making it available for your mobile devices as well. So let me show you what this looks like. So you'll see this new Resource Explorer menu inside of Intune. We're going to drill in on a particular device. This device is Windows. You can see on the left-hand side all the things we collect from that device. Likewise, if I want to go to my Apple devices, you can see all of your new data for the Apple device. So this really expands the catalog of inventory attributes we collect by hundreds. We're going to let you guys fully configure the data that you want to harvest. So we've got a new resources policy where you can pick the attributes that you want to collect. So this is a Windows device. We're going to collect model, make, all of that good stuff. So it gives you an extensible way to bring lots and lots of data into Intune. One of the biggest pieces of feedback I get from customers moving to the cloud is, hey, I can't report on everything I need to report on. This will give you the extra data to report on everything that you need to report on. So this is the new Resource Explorer capability. The second thing I want to walk you guys through is something we're calling multi-device query. So in May, we introduced single device query. That lets you in real time, guys, again, not scheduled, in real time, you can write queries to check for any data you want about a single device. User calls help desk, you write a query, you find whatever information you want. Multi-device query lets us expand that to your entire fleet. So now you guys can ask any question you want about these devices. So let me show you what it looks like. Let's say you guys have an issue. That issue is remediated by a patch, but you're not currently harvesting inventory for that patch. You can write a 𝗬𝗀𝗀𝗀 query to go find all devices in your environment that have this particular patch version. That's going to give you a list of all your devices that have the patch. Now let's say you want to see which devices have also checked in the last 20 days. You can expand that query further and say, hey, for all these devices that have the patch or don't have the patch, show me which ones have checked in for the last 20 days. Can I show you the cool part? This is where it gets really fun. Guys, we don't just want to show you the information, we want to let you do something about it. So directly from this experience, we're going to let you take action. So the devices that don't have the patch, we're going to let you redirect to a script to repair the Windows Update client. What is so powerful about this, guys, is it will let you extend your inventory capabilities to query whatever you want. Hardware information, software information, you guys write the 𝗬𝗀𝗀𝗀, you'll get it. But we're not stopping there. We want you to be able to take action on that data, so we've integrated actions directly in the query experience. And we're only going to do more. You'll be able to install apps from there, policy from there, patches from there. It will give you a new tool to take action on these devices. Pretty cool, right? Awesome. Okay, now, I don't know about you guys, but my team likes to make fun of me because I went to school to learn how to build airplanes and not write code. So I don't know how to write code. I don't know how to write 𝗬𝗀𝗀𝗀, to be perfectly honest with you. So for you users out there who aren't well versed in 𝗬𝗀𝗀𝗀, I mentioned we were bringing Copilot across the product. Copilot can help you with multi-device query as well. So let's take that same experience where I want to run a query and find these devices that are missing the patch. If I don't know the query, we have a natural language to 𝗬𝗀𝗀𝗀 capability inside of Copilot. So Copilot will give you pre-canned queries, and you can ask Copilot a custom query, and it's going to generate the 𝗬𝗀𝗀𝗀 for you. So for those of you intimidated by using 𝗬𝗀𝗀𝗀, Copilot is your friend. It will give you pre-canned queries to ask, and it will help you take your natural language question and map it to 𝗬𝗀𝗀𝗀. So it really gives you a much simpler way to do these things. So guys, we could spend an hour talking about the investments we're making in Copilot. Unfortunately, we don't have that amount of time. At the bottom of this screen, you'll see BRK319. I would highly encourage you. 𝗦𝗽𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀 is going to do a deep dive into Copilot for Intune. If you don't have this session on your calendar, please go register it. She's going to do a whole hour of all the amazing things Copilot can do to help. Okay, with that, I am going to, sit down, and my thing just went crazy. I promise I didn't do this. Eugenie, it's your turn now. Come on back up now that the deck's broke. All right, guys, Eugenie is going to close this out, but I hope that gives you an idea of some of the stuff we're working on. Fully cloud native, manage your Macs, bring your frontline workers, start to look at Copilot, all the data with device query. And Eugenie, I hand it over to you. Okay. Thank you, everyone.
Can we run from where I'm at? Hopefully it worked. Well, I don't talk as fast as Jason, so I'm going to slow down just a little bit. But Jason showed you how to bridge the gap between data and action, right? By transforming that complex queries into KQL queries, it's hard to say, into simple, accountable steps, actionable steps, Copilot helps admins focus on the results and not actually on the execution. But this is just the start. We are just getting started. By harnessing the power of the cloud, security being our North Star, we're shaping a future where endpoint management becomes not only simpler, but transformative. fully intuitive and intelligent. We're already on this path, focusing on Intune's breadth and depth to empower a future-proof, secure digital strategy. With a cloud-native foundation, we aim to provide seamless access to data across all devices for all of your workers, unlocking value through natural language prompts for effortless management across all workloads. Our experience, however, is that when a customer is confronted with an open prompt or a conversational prompt, Copilot has the broad awareness of the data across Intune. Copilot's understanding of this breadth empowers IT to achieve more with ease. Looking forward, it's about adding depth to this experience, turning data into actionable and contextual insights, embedding into all workflows for simplifying decision-making and accelerating you achieving those results. Our vision includes the ability for you to offload work by IT to advancements that will do work for IT. Process automation and task optimization is here. Microsoft Copilot Studio, you heard a lot through the keynote, empowers organizations to build agents that are customizable by you for your needs, and you can do that today. We see a world where we can bring these elements together in Intune to allow us to build and transform how IT gets work done. To get there, start today. We invite you to embrace moving all your workloads for all devices and all workers to the cloud. Intune offers you a comprehensive management solution to do just that. Consolidate your end-user computing, that environment, and centralize so that you can have the insights and actions across your field of vision. And use AI to simplify for scale and for security. So join us to build a future where management, security, and innovation happens effortlessly. And trust in Intune to provide you with the ability and the agility to stay ahead, feeling confident in your future-proofed digital and secure strategy. Now imagine if we really succeeded in our mission, where our vision of a cloud-powered, secure, and future-proof digital ecosystem is fully realized. And in that world, if we actually do our job right, the entirety of your playing field will be covered. Every device, every app, and endpoint protected. The path for those threats are so limited that the bad actors have almost no chance to hit the goalposts. By working together to build a comprehensive defense, we're not just here to defend against threats. We're narrowing the opportunities for them to strike. This is the future that we're actually aiming for controlled, secure environment, and we're staying one step ahead. So thank you for joining us today. Be sure to catch our leaders of product and our leader, our CVP of management at the Microsoft Security General Session. Learn about the cloud native and future of IT pros with Windows. Check out our Better Together story with Entra and Intune. And deep dive into the Copilot capabilities in Intune with Windows auto patch scenarios. The KQR code here should give you access to our blog that gives you all the Intune-related sessions here at Ignite. And for those that are in Chicago with us, to be sure to drop by the Modern Work and Security neighborhoods to meet with our experts and also to see some demo sessions of the Resource Explorer and Copilot in action. So thank you.